Here's our practice. The y-intercept at 0, 0. The slope is -3/4. So I started at 0, 0. I went down 3 and over 4, down 3 over 4. Or I could have went up 3 and then back 4. Positive, negative. Or I can go positive, negative. Doesn't matter. Slope is 1. 0, -4 is my y-intercept. Start there, go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over, rise over run. Or I can go down 1, back 1. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Goes up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. So my slope is 2 over 1, which is just plain old 2. It starts off at 0, 0, so that's plus nothing. Goes down 2 over 3. Down 2 over 3. Down 2 over 3. X plus, start off at 3. 50 over 5. 50 over 5 is 10, and it's going downhill, so it's negative. They sell 10 boxes per hour. 5 over 1 is just plain old 5, and the tree grows 5 inches per year. Find the equation of a line, so find the slope first. So take your y's and subtract them. So I subtract them. Take my x's and subtract them. And I get -6 over 12, which reduces to -1/2. So I know the y, or the m part. I just have to solve for b. So I plug in a point. I picked -8 for my x and -7 for my y. Plugged them in. -8 times -1 is +8, divided by 2 is 4. Subtract 4 from both sides, and that's how I got the -11. It's 1 away from the line, so it's 1 away from the line, 1 diagonal, 1 diagonal, 1 diagonal. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot the points, connect them together. Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I just put my pin there and rotate 90 degrees and say, oh, it should be at 4, 0. Put a dot 4, 0. Rotate again, and I go, oh, it should be at 1, -2, 1, -2. Just do that for each dot. Connect them. Parallel means the slopes are the same. I have to have it in y equals mx plus b form to be able to see the slope, so I divided by 2 on each side, so that becomes 3. So there's my 3 for my slope. I plugged in a point, -5, -8, so -8 is my y, -5 is my x. Multiply them, add 15 to both sides, that's how I got 7. Perpendicular, opposite reciprocal. And plug in opposite reciprocal of that guy is 1/4. Plug in x and y. Multiply, divide. Subtract 2 from both sides. Perpendicular again. So I found the slope is 1/3. So you flip it and make it the opposite. Plug in your x and y. And you get 0. Use a generic rectangle. 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, x minus 5, x minus 5. Find the area of each one of these guys. So multiply those together. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. 2x times -5 is -10x. -15. Combine these like terms. And that's how I got the -7. Same thing here. There's the 9x squared, 6x, 6x, and 4. Add the 6 x's together and you get the 12x. 2 by 3, so my generic rectangle is a 2 by 3. Find the area of each one of these little rectangles. So 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. That's where most people go wrong. X times x squared is x cubed. 2x times -2x, -4x squared. So you find the area of each one. Combine the like terms. Combine these together. That's how I got the 7x squared. Combine these together. That's how I got the 4x. Same process here, same process, same process. Distribute 15, negative 6. Subtract 15 from both sides, and I get the 30. Divide by negative 6 on both sides, I get the negative 5. Distribute. Negative 6 times a 1 is a negative 6. Combine like terms. Distribute. Combine like terms. There's no solution because when I add 12x to both sides, they disappear, and I'm left with 2 is not equal to negative 1. No solution. Distribute. Distribute. Combine like terms. Combine like terms. I then added 10x to this side, add 10x to that side. So I got the 3x. Subtract 5 from both sides. That's how I got the negative 4. Divide by 3 on each side. Distribute. Distribute. 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times 14 is 42. Add 12x to both sides. That makes it 24x. Subtract 42 from both sides. Makes it 0. So x equals 0. Bases are the same, so the exponents are the same. So I just put the exponents equal to each other. Subtract x from both sides. Subtract 7 from both sides. The bases were not the same. So I rewrote 9 as 3 squared. So then I have the bases the same. So I can put the exponents equal to each other. Subtract the x from each side. You get that. Base has to be the same, so I always go to the lowest base. 2 to the third is 8. 2 to the fourth is 16. Don't forget to distribute the 4 to both terms. Subtract, get negative x equals 4, and then divide by negative 1 on each side, so x equals negative 4. Running out of time, gotta go faster. So 2 to the second is 4, 2 to the fifth is 32, so the exponents are the same, and the bases are the same, then just solve. 3 to the third, 3 to the fourth is 81. Don't forget to distribute the 4 to both terms, so that's how I got the 4x plus 4. Subtract 4 from both sides, and then divide by 4. 5 squared is 25. Bases are the same, then the exponents are the same. Put them equal to each other and solve. Multiply by 6 gets rid of the fractions. 18x divided by 2 is 9x. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 2x is 12x. Divided by 3 is 4x. Then solve the equation. Common denominator is 5x. So if you multiply it, the fractions will disappear. So I've got 5x times 1 is 5x divided by x is 5. 5x times 6 divided by 5 is 6x. 5x times 3 divided by x is 15. 5x times 2 is 10x. Subtract 6 from both sides. Add 15 to both sides. Divide. Get x equals 5. Common denominator is 3x, so multiply by 3x. 3x times the 1 is 3x. 3x times 5 is 15. X divided by 3x is just 5. 3x divided by, or times 3, times 2 and then divided by 3 is 2x. 3x times 4 divided by x is 12. And just solve it like regular. And that is my time limit.